We've got a December Acton Rundown. Mark.
Yeah.
You don't like the hype?
No, I'm here for it. My coffee hasn't kicked in yet.
It's December.
Yes, it is.
2025.
Yeah.
Christmas is almost here.
Yep.
This month, we're talking about all the
Very
things
little.
we usually talk about Acton Rundown.
We're talking about very little this month.
The reason for the season is not Acton Institute events.
No, we're taking it easy for the first time, I think, since we've started Rundown. I think this is the first time we've had a month where it's like, there's not a whole lot to tell you.
There is a whole lot going on the website, though.
That's true.
The fall 2025 Religion and Liberty, we release the print magazine on a schedule. It's sort of like 4 times a year. And then what we'll do is we'll trickle out things from those print issues on the website. There have been a couple things that I wanted to draw listeners' attention to that I thought were particularly good that came out. There's American Religion by the Numbers by Miles Smith, who's a professor of history at Hillsdale College. And it's a book review of his, a review of the American religious landscape by Ryan Burge, who's like a great sort of American religious demographer. And the book is basically like, what is the state of American religion today? What are the trends? It's a really, really interesting book, and Miles does like a really, really fascinating review of that book. And so we'll include a link to that in the show notes.
Excellent.
There's also me. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, me. My feature piece, A Pope for the 21st Century, which was kind of a looking back, looking forward, Pope Francis, Pope Leo, sort of meditation on the papacy in general, and how poping ain't easy, because it isn't.
Poping, that's the correct term.
Poping is not easy.
I like it.
The universal ordinary jurisdiction is like a heavy burden, and people like to complain.
With church and religion?
Oh, yes.
Really?
They like to complain. They like to argue. The Pope is supposed to be sort of this universal symbol for bringing people together. And I go through some of the ways that Pope Francis sort of succeeded in doing that, some of the ways that, there was challenges there. I go kind of into a little assessment about prospects for Leo, fulfilling that sort of role of the office of,
cool. On top of that, we got a whole bunch of video content coming up, too. We've had some great podcasts lately. Last week was Andrew Abela.
Yes.
That was a good one. That was following his Acton lecture series. Both of those are on demand and on our YouTube channel. Yeah,
he came in for our sort of annual academic colloquium, was the keynote speaker for that, so gave that speech, did an interview with us actually after it, which was great. So,
so you should watch both on demand.
Absolutely, and you should get the book Super Habits because it has an amazing chart. The chart is featured prominently. I unfold it on the table.
It's true
during our interview.
It's very cool. Had that. I think it was the week before. We had Ann Bradley. She did a book review of Ezra Klein and Derek Thompson's book Abundance.
Yep.
And had some thoughts on it, to say the least. So
we talked to Ann back during Acton University. That was a great conversation. We're glad that is out. We had a really interesting sort of 15 minutes from the Collins Center, getting into sort of Islamic sects and beliefs, not sects,
SECTS. I got you.
Yes.
Yeah.
About sort of the sectarian nature of Islam, what sects are more sectarian, what are less sectarian. What does that look like in Islam? A lot of Christians are familiar with denominations, how that works. This offers some interesting insight and commentary on sort of how that shakes out in the Islamic world, those sort of divisions within the Islamic world. Peter Lipset was also on. We had our first meta podcast.
That's
podcast about podcasts. Peter is a VP at Donors Trust, but he also hosts the Donors Trust podcast, and he just wrapped up this big, was it 12 or 13 part? It's 12 or 13
something like that. It's long.
Series. We interviews all sorts of people all across the libertarian conservative movement, and we sort of talk about what he found out and what he learned.
The show notes are pretty much every single episode of the podcast.
That's it. That's true.
Yeah.
We had a Callahan lecture.
We did. It was at Hope College. I'm supposed to, dislike that as a Calvin grad, I'm told, but I don't know if I actually believe in the rivalry. I think that's mostly a thing They just kind of talk about.
I have never actually seen like Hope Calvin animosity between faculty, between students.
I think
maybe between basketball teams.
I think the boards of trustees like to frame it as a thing and make it into an event. But I went to Calvin. I continue to work at Calvin, and I have yet to see anybody who views playing Hope as anything other than just another night of the schedule.
But the Callahan lecture was not just another night on the schedule. Kristen Burkhog, her address, How to Rebel, is on there. She opens with a Dune quote. So she had me at Dune. She took through Camus, political theory. It's a really great lecture. It was a really great event, and it's great to do stuff out in Holland, which is kind of the closest sort of lakeshore destination to Grand Rapids.
Beautiful town.
And the campus is just like the Hope College campus is just like right there in downtown Holland.
Yeah, we have a couple of events coming up. Though.
Wait.
Oh, we're not there yet?
We got to talk about John Wilsey.
Oh shoot,
John Wilsey was our other podcast guest. John is a great returning guest. His book on Avery Dulles, or not Avery Dulles, John Foster Dulles. I interviewed him for that years ago. We had him back on the podcast to talk about his new book, Religious Freedom, a Conservative Primer.
Yeah.
Really interesting conversation. But now, Mark, back to the Thunder, the events Thunder.
Events-wise, we don't have a ton coming up. I mean, we're already looking to AU this next year. We're already starting to get speakers in line and rooms booked.
Yep.
But that'll be good.
It's in June. Registration is live on the website.
Yep.
There's scholarships, fellowships available.
Yeah.
Do look into that. We have in Rome going on like just in a couple days. December 4th, I think, is the Artificial Intelligence, Human Dignity, and Free Society sort of conference. If you're in Rome, you still have time. If you're not in Rome,
womp
womp. The clock is ticking. The clock is ticking.
Other video thing, Acton Experience Brazil is live on demand, so you can go watch that. Some of it's in English, some of it's in Portuguese. Yep. You can check that out. It was a cool event that I'm jealous I didn't of the people who did get to go, as I didn't get to go. The only other thing, we're going to embarrass him because he hates attention. Our colleague, Daniel Boss, got married this weekend. So it was a lovely day. So congratulations to him and his wife, Katie.
Happy nuptials, Daniel. We hope that you and your wife are away on a tropical island right now.
They are en route. I was texting him this morning.
Because his email autoresponsor, when I sent him an email this morning because I forgot where he was that he was in a tropical island.
Yeah. Well... I think that's a lie. Maybe they flew yesterday. I don't know.
It brightened my morning just to think of it. To think of Daniel with a drink, with an umbrella. Maybe a large fruit that's been hollowed out.
He does seem like an umbrella drink kind of a guy, as am I when I'm on an island.
Ladies and gentlemen, we wish you a Merry Christmas. Oh, we have great Christmas content coming. Interview with Father Robert coming up on the podcast.
We're going to be thinking about think tanks with Chris Marin.
Big year in review. Happy New Year with Chris. Gets us a little back on track for the end of the rundown.
And then coming up in January, we'll let you know then.
Yeah.
We got to figure that out. So.
Same Acton Rundown. Are we going to be doing an Acton Rundown in January?
Yeah.
January 1st?
I think the 5th.
5th. January 5th, so it'll be a little longer. But we'll be back with you. Same rundown time, same rundown channel. Mark, thanks for putting up with me.
You got it.
All right, let's run it out.
Thank you for listening. If you'd like to learn more about Acton or hear more of this podcast, please visit acton.org/podcasts.